The word planet comes from the Greek word planetai, which means wandering. Planets are called as such because they are always moving.
There are 8 planets in the solar system. All these planets move constantly in its own star, the Sun.
The planets in our solar system are divided into 2 groups. These are the inner planets, and these are the outer planets. Inner planets are those 4 planets closer to the Sun, and the outer planets are those planets farther from the Sun. Inner planets are also called as terrestrial planets, while the outer planets are also called as Jovian planets. Let us know more about these planets. Terrestrial planets. These are Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars. They are called as terrestrial planets because, like Earth, these planets have a rocky surface. The first planet is Mercury. Mercury is the nearest planet to the Sun. Mercury is a terrestrial planet composed mainly of sodium, oxygen, hydrogen, helium, and potassium. Mercury has no moon or ring around it. Next is Venus. Venus is the second closest planet to the Sun and the hottest planet. The thick layer of clouds in Venus' atmosphere reflects sunlight very well, making Venus the brightest object in the sky. It is often called as evening star or morning star. It is the Earth's twin planet. Like Mercury, it is also a terrestrial planet and has no moon and ring around it. The third one is the planet where we live, the Earth. It is also known as the blue planet because it looks blue as seen from the outer space. Earth is the only planet that can sustain life. The atmosphere of Earth is made up mostly of nitrogen gas, oxygen with traces of argon, carbon dioxide, and water. It is a terrestrial planet with only one moon. The fourth planet is Mars. Mars is also called the red planet. Mars has a very thin atmosphere which consists largely of carbon dioxide and a small percentage of other gases such as nitrogen and argon. It is the last terrestrial planet with 2 moons. The second group of planets is called Jovian planets or gas giants. These are Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. They are called Jovian because, like Jupiter, these planets are large and gaseous. Jove is another name for the Roman god Jupiter. The fifth planet is Jupiter. Jupiter is the biggest planet in the solar system. It has a huge storm in its atmosphere called as Great Red Spot. Jupiter is covered with thick clouds. There is no solid ground on Jupiter. It is called a gas giant planet which is made up mostly of hydrogen and helium. Jupiter has 50 moons with an additional of 17 moons recently discovered and currently being confirmed. The sixth planet is Saturn. It is a cold planet and has beautiful rings made up of dust and ice. Saturn is a gas giant without a solid surface. It is composed mostly of hydrogen and helium. There are 53 known moons surrounding Saturn. The seventh planet is Uranus. It is the first planet discovered by means of a telescope. It is considered as ice giant and the coldest planet. Its atmosphere is mostly hydrogen, helium, and methane. Uranus is the only planet that rotates on its side. Uranus has rings too, and has 27 moons. The last planet is Neptune. It is the farthest planet from the Sun and the first planet to be discovered using mathematical calculations. Neptune and Uranus are called as twin planets because they have about the same size and mass. Like Uranus, it is also an ice giant with rings and 13 moons. Now, let us go to the dwarf planets. Some examples of dwarf planets are Pluto and Ceres. Pluto is a dwarf planet beyond Neptune. It used to be considered as a planet, but in year 2006, it was degraded into a dwarf planet because it did not meet the International Astronomical Union's criteria for planets. Ceres. It is considered as the largest asteroid orbiting between Mars and Jupiter. It has self-gravity which makes it round and qualify as a dwarf planet.